pretty sweet.
Little thing.
Looks pretty cool.
It's powerful, it's loud, it's a muscle car even though it's still supposed to be kind of a sports car. At least that's my initial impression of it.
And you get the manual.
And you get the manual. That's the nice thing.
Yeah. I have a newfound appreciation for manual cars just because they're so kind of few and far between now.
Yeah.
It kind of seems like the American muscle are the only ones that still have the optional manual transmission.
This is standard in a manual, the GT350. You can't get it with an automatic even if you wanted to. Yeah. So
That's kind of that's the spirit.
It's kind of telling people real drivers only.
Nice of you to join us.
That's sweet, man. You saw?
Oh. What happened?
The hazards button is right next to the off button, so I hit that instead of the hazards.
Oh yeah, that's what happened. Yeah. I've seen them from afar. I've never actually went up to one and gawked. This looks great.
Yeah.
I like it myself.
Is it your first time seeing one too, Nathan?
I believe so. Well, for the GT350, yeah.
Oh.
You got this Shelby plastic up front.
Yeah, the lady told me she's like, anything this way about it feels like be very careful. So you're not going to go straight up the window.
Alright. I'm done gawking. Let's get in. Definitely seems kind of cheap still up here, but
I mean, it's the same thing as the other Mustang I had.
I do like the toggle switches. I feel like I'm in an airplane.
Yeah, they look cool.
They're metal too. That part's important.
And that start-stop button's pretty dope.
Yeah.
The only other car I could think of that has that was the Mini. How they have the little toggles with switches like that.
Oh yeah.
And it does just seem cool.
No, it's a great way, especially if the materials are like a lesser quality. Like at least design can compensate for that. Oil pressure and temperature gauges right over here.
Show them that extra special badge.
Oh yeah, so right over here, GT350, and then you get your individually numbered chassis, and the letters denote the year they were made. You didn't change drive modes from over here, right?
No, none of that. The only thing you can do here is the launch control and the exhaust and the traction control.
All right.
All of that is right here though on this little patch on the steering wheel.
Okay.
So you have a plus and a minus mode button that lets you go between normal mode, sport, weather, which is like ice, rain, that kind of thing. And you have track mode, drag strip, and that's it.
Jesus, how many modes are there?
It's five total, and 2 of them are race. One of them's like a race, one's drag strip mode. And then also on the same little area you have a steering wheel button that lets you alter between like a normal, sport, and comfort steering, because it's an electrical steering system. And then you have the MagneRide suspension button right here.
Oh, so you have to activate MagneRide.
So when you put it in sports mode, it does all that for you.
Oh yeah.
Right? But you can do it individually, so you can be in normal mode. I like it because it makes it more variable. Like you can tailor it to really what the kind of drive you want.
Yeah. It's still a pretty good value though. I think this one is I think it's 54 base, and then it comes in at 60,000 total. And I mean, you're getting some stuff, man. Like 526 horsepower, 429 pound-foot of torque, only in a manual. It looks freaking cool. It sounds great.
Everyone looks at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of car you can't get for 60,000, but yeah, I like that it's still relatively affordable.
Yeah, and it's still at heart a muscle car.
How are you doing back there?
I have legroom. How are you up there?
I'm pretty good, man. And these seats are almost like a car seat. I feel like even though I'm sitting upright, I'm still pretty comfortable thanks to the bolsters.
Yeah, I think the legroom is workable. It's just the headroom.
Yeah.
That's kind of
that's going to be
a little
troubling with just that rigged rear roof line. Damn, these seats are actually, I don't know how they'd be on a longer trip, but right now they feel really comfortable.
Well, they are, yeah. But you can also tell they hug you. They're ready for the track. You're going to take some turns. They're like, all right, we got you.
They're not power adjustable, which is my complaint on a lot of cars, but although it's slide here, it's a performance car.
We drove a McLaren 650S that didn't have power adjustable.
I know. Everyone hammers me for wanting power seats on everything.
I mean, that's part of like what it adds to this bare bones muscle car.
Yeah.
It's still got like all this plastic on the dash. It's still kind of unrefined in some respects.
See, I wish it was a little more refined. Not upscale with like design, but maybe with materials used.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't really like the idea that you could have a carbon copy of it in whatever, like a dash design used in a normal Mustang. It's $30,000. Right. I know you're paying extra mostly for the performance capabilities, but I would like to see it be a little crispier.
Sounds crispier.
I know, man. That's pretty cool. I don't know. It's like the all-American version of like the go fast thing. You know, the Europeans have style, refinement, whatever, all this other crap.
Yeah.
Technology. For America, it's always been about make it look cool, put a big engine in it, and then sell it at a price that the guy at the factory could afford after busting his butt.
Yeah, and if you can't drive straight, or in a turn, or do anything like that, and it's sporty, it's your fault. You need to be a better driver. That's basically it.
Or it's like, what's the point of taking turns? Like, why do you want to go in a turn when you can just go straight?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, we've got to sign the loan agreement. Nathan and I have to take a spin too.
Yeah. We can do that when we pull over next. We're so high. Not even close to red line. About 1,000 RPM.
Oh man, 100 miles like it's nothing.
Yeah.
And it sounded great the whole time.
It did.
What'd you say red line was?
8,200 RPM.
Oh wow. Man, that's
Yeah.
That is
awesome.
really high. I thought it would be a lot lower than that.
That's the magic of a flat plane crank right there. But that's why I'm like, you hear it revving so loud and you're like, do I need to shift yet? You look down at the tachometer and you're like,
Alright, maybe slow down. There might be. I always freak out over parking lots thinking there might be rangers.
That's good, yeah. So you were describing those lights on the dash, right?
Yeah, what are those? I can see them from here.
You can see them. So they light up, they're sequential, and they're basically shift lights. So when it lights all the way up, that's when, you know, when
Really?
it crosses the entire
Alright.
thing, that's when you need to be shifting.
Does it have sort of like a HUD sort of look, or do you
Yeah.
just okay?
It's basically a heads-up display that's like
For
a line
shifting.
of, yeah, basically a line of lights.
Oh yeah, I think that's pretty smart because you see, oh I know, right? Normally you see like a shift thing, but it's down in like the gauge cluster.
Yeah.
Why would you be looking at the gauge cluster if you're driving?
Yeah, exactly. So this is helpful because it's like another one of those like peripheral vision kind of things.
Can you guys see that right there? Is that coming through? Okay, there they go.
And then you see it goes up.
This is great, man.
That is cool. I like how it reflects up into the glass.
Yeah, so it's a HUD shift light basically.
Alright, that's smart.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to take your eyes off the wheel to see a prompt to shift.
Yeah.
You also probably shouldn't need a prompt to shift, but this is running the red line at
Yeah.
8,200 RPM.
So I was gonna say, you can actually turn this off too, so that's nice.
Really?
But it's kind of nice to have that, especially when you're not used to having to hear the engine go that high
Yeah.
before you shift, you know? So I can see it being advantageous right there.
The good thing about this is, I mean, it's got, you know, it's high revving and it's beefy V8, but there's also, what all new Mustangs have, an independent rear suspension.
Yeah.
So we're not flying off the road.
And it has the, what is it, the torque vectoring
Oh, it does?
in the rear, yeah.
Nice.
So that helps a lot.
It makes a difference. And it's kind of the crappy thing is it's not like groundbreaking technology, but for the Mustang it is. It's new.
Yeah, for the Mustang it kind of is.
And when you're trying to build, you know, a track Mustang, tracks don't always have long sweeping curves you can kind of lean into. And even for roads like this, because you're selling it to the everyman, you need to give them some bones to help them out.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. And I mean, at the price too, $60,000, the amount of performance you're getting is pretty far out there compared to, you know, most other cars.
These bolsters are great.
Yeah.
How are you doing back there, Nathan? You all over the place?
It's a little rough back here. But
I don't know if you're trying to shoot with the other camera, so I was like, record Nathan.
Oh, and you got the handbrake if you wanted to do some sweet drifts.
Or just oversteer.
Or that, or
Check
oversteer right into a
control
guardrail.
Yeah, exactly. Remember, it's a Mustang. So.
They need to make Mustang side curtain airbags, but they go outside. So if you're about to hit someone, the airbag can deploy and bounce them off. Or
Imagine
bounce off the
custom
guardrail.
base for that. Do the amount of Mustangs hitting people.
Oh man, this is a blast.
You know, the interesting thing I'm noting right now is you don't really need to like change gears too often. I think I have it in
Like a third? Yeah.
And right there, that little rev we did, I still had about 3,000 RPM to go before.
Alright. I love a nice tall third gear.
And the horsepower in this car is locked away high. It's almost right up at the 8,000 RPM.
Really?
So it's very linear in the sense of the power delivery.
When's full torque?
Full torque happens, I want to say, fairly early.
What kind of tires?
Michelin Pilot Sport Cup.
How do they feel?
Feel pretty grippy.
Nice and sticky icky.
Yeah. Haven't gotten it, you know, the car too disheveled right here, but...
Oh man, the suspension's dead. Okay, slow it up, because we're coming towards Alice's, I think.
Sign it
So,
and drive.
look at this. We cannot drive it until we sign these.
Sign our life away to
So
Ford.
the person who gets the car delivered first will be on the loan agreement primarily. They'll sign it off when they get it delivered. But then if I want to drive it, if Nathan wants to drive it, we got to sign it and email it to the press fleet. Kind of, what would you call it, Melvin? Middleman, manager?
Yeah, press fleet manager, yeah.
Middleman's probably driving Troy.
So while Michael's signing now.
Yeah, let me show you this.
Let me show you this.
Everyone is allowed to drive.
Here's the elusive Shelby. It goes away once it's started. But now we can at least look at some of the infotainment stuff. Which is
So
the
we were
most fun
talking
part.
about the kind of toggle switch things.
Yeah,
which
the
are
toggle
kinda
switches
cool.
are nice. Make you feel like more of an aircraft kind of thing. You can turn launch control on or off. Or my favorite is the exhaust switch. I don't know if you hear the difference from here, but this cool engine button here. The rest of it though is pretty much cheap-ish plastic Ford, but you know, you're in a Mustang, you're paying $60,000 for all this performance. It's not too bad. A lot of people have talked bad about Sync, and I could see why for some reasons, but I don't hate this. It makes it pretty easy right here to access any of what you want, the audio, the climate, phone. What I like about the destination though is it, some systems it does the point of interest by, you know, category. This you just start typing, you know, like groceries, or you can even do Safeway, and it'll start looking that up. This to me isn't bad. I don't know why as many people, you know, rip it to shreds as much as they do, but you know, still the bulk of everything is gonna be on the steering wheel. And that includes all the track apps, which is, you know, part of the performance pack. But over here, I don't know if you could see the gauge cluster. In the center, right here, you use the left-hand switch, arrow switch, to control all of that. You can go to the track apps. You can do launch control from here, do the line lock, exhaust mode, and those lights that I was showing you earlier, you can you change them over here. So you have the
You
light
can set your red line. Is that?
You can set your red when it wants
Or
you
I
to
guess
do
not
it.
red line, but
The red line.
the shift indicator.
Right. So you can change the brightness.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
You can change the brightness or completely turn it off if you want. So if once you already know your stuff, you don't need it. You can also change the shift points. So you can you can shift the RPM shift points. But what I kind of like is you have a mode. So right now it's reflective of the tachometer. You can also do a track mode, which optimizes the shift points for a racetrack, as well as the drag mode that helps you get the most out of a drag strip. So when you're launching. Aside from that, you have, a lot of, Ford's track apps thing is pretty comprehensive. You have the accelerometer, you have acceleration timer, lap timer, even a braking performance that shows you how quickly you can stop. So there's quite a bit there. Driver assist, and then you can, if you want, basically get a gauge for everything, for the fuel air ratio, the cylinder head temperature, just about anything that has a gauge that goes to the ECU, you can get that going on here. And then last but not least, there's the status screen, which lets you know what performance systems are on and which ones are off. I don't know if you saw this little last part though on the steering wheel. This cluster right here of these four switches, these are what control all the sports mode, the performance mode. This is steering, obviously, lets you go from normal sport to comfort. This is the MagneRide suspension, which only has 2 modes, normal and sport. And then this lets you control the 5 different drive modes, and making it pretty easy to switch between them when you're on the road. And as you see there, that turns off the traction control automatically.
Uneven pavement surface. So this would have killed the old Mustang. That bump right there, you would have been done. But now we have the independent rear suspension, so we're living. Whoa, empty. This is legit. 15 miles. It gets pretty tight. Little engine braking.
So we took Michael's shoelaces since I forgot my
guys,
spare
this is what
shoelace.
they won't show you, the behind the scenes footage. This is how you secure a GoPro. Getting a nice crispy exhaust shot.
It's an insurance string.
But then, look at the shoes.
Lucky he's not
They have to
driving.
come from somewhere. Another shoelace tie. Yeah, GoPros don't grow on trees, so.
They do not.
I'm fine with this.
Really?
It's great, man. Growing your own gears, it's still fun.
Oh, it's always been
The
fun.
Julia was great, but I mean,
You like this?
is still pretty awesome. I like the new, except for Dodge, the more like modern muscle car take, where you can take these corners and still shoot out.
Yeah,
You got this big V8.
You have a big V8 up front, but you don't have to worry about it, you know, completely destroying everything.
Yeah, and you can actually afford to take a corner. You're not gonna have to worry about, oh, I turned and I hit a bump and I'm all over the place.
Yeah, that's part of that's the independent rear actually too.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, independent rear, not the solid rear.
Goodbye, live rear axle.
Yeah, but it makes a world of difference. I mean, you can feel it right now. This thing just feels glued to the ground.
Yeah, it's great, man. I don't want to say Ford Mustang, but it took them this long to get independent rear suspension.
Yeah, but they did it right.
Yeah, they're finally here. And for a car like this, it's awesome.
At the front end, that hood scoop outside, we'll show you later, it's actually functional, right?
Really?
So, which you'd hope, right? The little hood vent. So what that does is let the air in that's coming in, lets it escape, because a big problem that cars have is when they go higher speeds, they tend to get lift up front. So that can that loosens the traction you have on the front wheels. So this helps, you know, make it more fun and sticky.
Way too much fun, man. Ah, that's great. You're gonna have so much fun with this, and you are gonna chew through gas. We're on a half tank.
Yeah. Oh yeah, half tank after what, 60 miles? Yeah. And that was not fast driving. That was just in the city, you know, chugging along in traffic.
To be fair, I think they rate this pretty terribly.
I mean, you just get the gas goes to attack.
Yeah, it's
so,
not
yeah.
like it's gonna lie to you. Electronically assisted steering still feels good.
Nice. Well,
Woo!
Mustang bit back.
You
Found the limit.
Yeah. And hey, we're still here though, right?
We're still alive. Mustang bites back, now we know. Alright, before we do exhaust, I want to do one quick thing.
Alright.
Watch this. See this little thing right here? This is a
What
weird
thing?
discovery I made.
Oh.
Just kind of random. It's a little
Stash spot?
stash
Tray,
spot.
I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of big for coins, I mean, but whatever.
Put
Whatever
you want.
floats your boat, you know?
Put your vapes.
Anyway, so here's the dual mode exhaust though.
The what?
So, the dual mode exhaust, there's two modes. There's the normal and sport. You're gonna have to go back there to listen,
Okay.
but it'll give you a couple revs in.
At first, just maybe toggle it without revving it.
Which one it is.
Oh yeah, okay.
Without revving it, kind of toggle it back and forth, and then we'll do a rev.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
You can do it?
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
hear
you
it.
can hear it.
Okay,
That was a little bit of straining, but you can hear it.
so I'll give you guys a rev in normal. All right.
And the mic is blown out.
So that was normal.
Whoa, that's still pretty fierce.
It's pretty fierce, right? Here's sport mode.
Definitely a difference.
Definitely a difference.
That's cool. I like that.
That is gonna drive the neighbors crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Well, that's why you have the mode. So you.
Yeah, no, I
That is
know,
why
I
you
know.
have the
but
modes.
That's
You can
awesome.
choose whether you want to drive the neighbors crazy or not.
Whether you hate them or love them. You have your GT350 right there.
That's probably actually my favorite badge on the car.
It looks pretty slick. And these are actually functional. I was shoving my fingers through them and looking on the other side.
They are.
They're not
For
fake.
the brake vents.
Yeah. So
You can
For
see,
these
I don't know if you can see it
massive-
right there. It's lubed
For these massive brakes.
right back there.
Get the Brembo calipers.
What are these tires, 295.
295 in front, 305 in back or something?
Yeah, they're 305 in the back. Nice little stagger.
So here's that snake right up here you were talking about. The GT350. The R is red, right? That's how you can tell the two badges apart?
Yeah. So the R is a little more, got that little more intense thing. And of course you have one more Shelby badge down here on the front splitter.
Yeah, you're saying this hood is, where's the functional aero bit or?
This right here. This vent is actually a functional one. You can actually see through and see some of the piping. What this does is when the air is coming in, it allows it to dispel. So when you're going fast, you actually have like some more control on the front end.
Can you pop the hood?
Yeah. Yeah, that's something you gotta see. But it's not a hydraulic one. So
that sounds hydraulic to me.
Massive cold air intake right here.
Dang, that's gigantic.
Yeah. But you're feeding a 5.2 liter beef that's pretty hungry. There's
a little
an aluminum
tower brace right there.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's awesome.
This right here, you can read it because Ford likes to brag about it. This is carbon reinforced, carbon fiber composite, it actually says. I don't know if it's carbon reinforced plastic or not. Probably just a composite.
Plastic reinforced carbon fiber.
They had to let you know.
Yeah, oh yeah, because it's bragging rights. That's what this car is all about.
This is great, man.
Something you may not know about the front end of this car is it's completely independent of what Ford usually does with the Mustang. So instead of it being the usual run-of-the-mill Ford, they actually change out the front end. They make a lot of it aluminum, and they also give it a little bit different proportions to make it look slightly more aggressive. So if it looks different, if it looks more badass, that's intentional. That's not by accident.
Okay, but now it's gonna look a lot more different because they have the new update for the Mustang with the redesign up front.
Yeah.
This is probably not going to get it.
Not yet.
When I asked Ford, they don't comment on future product, but I don't think this is gonna get it. So you're gonna have the GT500, and that's gonna get the new design. But why would they waste it on this? It's already cool. It's already got, like you said, its own kind of like proprietary front end.
It gets looks from people. I had the first day it got delivered, I caught an old man just like making circles around the car
looking
at it.
I saw that on your Snapchat.
Yeah, powered by Ford. Bye.
Yeah.
City.
21 highway, 16 combined.
Want to guess what we're getting?
You gotta put that 91.
Yeah, you have to put 91 as per instructions right there.
91.
I got it yesterday, already done with the tank. I want to say this thing got... Do you want to guess how much it's getting actually? Because what are the Michael, what are the EPA?
What was it listed as?
16 city, 21 highway, and 14 city, 21 highway, 16 combined.
I'm gonna say we were getting under 10.
We were getting exactly 10.
10.
At least in that little moment. That had to do because we were stuck behind the Prius for a while.
After a long day of driving, there's little sandwich things. Oh, Pete's Cold Brew, wow. Got these Hello Kitty chopsticks. Just in case you guys don't know how we roll. So, makes a pretty good picnic table.
The fastback, man, I'm telling you. I need to show you the one thing you have to do with every single Mustang in the world, well, that has line lock. And that's engaged line lock.
Line lock.
Where you lock up the front tires, courtesy of the track apps, and then spin out the rears.
What's that for? Just like warming up your tires before you hit the track,
or just being
just looking cool.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Any of those works.
I can work with that.
All right, so we're gonna engage it right now. We're gonna go in the track apps, go to line lock, hold OK to initialize. We're going to firmly engage the brake and hold. Smells. the tires. They have like rocks stuck to them.
Dude, look at your thing over there.
What? Dude, that's like, my God.
Back to the Future, Mark.
Look at this.
Oh, damn.
This is rubber right here that rolled up into a little bit. Michelin Pilot Sport. I also shifted from first to second in the middle of the burnout, just to see, and yeah, no problem at all.
Just kept roasting, huh?
Plenty of power to do that. Probably third would go.
Wow.
This is all like tire. This is like what you find on a football field.
See what you find in
It's a lot of rubber.
It's a lot of rubber.
You probably just shaved like 6 months off the life of those tires.
Final thoughts?
Oh man, it's hard to get more badass than this. I mean, look at it, but it's a great car. You know, if you're looking for performance, especially for that price point, this deserves serious consideration before you actually pull the trigger and pay $60,000 on a car. But that being said, you do need to approach it with a level of respect. I mean, a healthy one. You know, if you don't have the talent, please learn, and then, you know, go and do your thing.
Yeah. Take it from me firsthand, this is still very much a Mustang, so 526 horsepower, still going to the rear wheels, and if you overestimate yourself, it's going to get a little hairy.
Yeah, just a tad.
What do you think, Nathan?
I 100% agree. This is not a car you just hop in and start tearing up the winding roads. You got to kind of ease into it and kind of test the limit as you go. Otherwise, there might be some serious consequences.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thanks for watching. This has been another Car Buzz Reality Car Review, and I'm Michael.
I'm Gabe.
I'm Nathan.
Please like our video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and drop us a comment and let us know what you think. See you guys later.
See ya.